Howdly doodly do! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, to the fashionably late review of No Longer Home. We are always fashionably late, but we still have some words about games. I am your host for this episode, David Mark Moody, the glorious one. Sometimes the ranty one, or if you go on the latest episode of the Words About Games podcast. Joining me, though, as always, is my fashionably late. That's not me. It was me late today. Fabulous co-host, the glorious Amy Kate Alexander. How are you doing this evening?
Did you just call me the fabulously late one?
Yeah, the fabulously late one. Yeah, when I was the one who was late.
Wait, hang on.
Wait, that's not how it works.
That's not what happened. I'm good, thank you, Moody. How are you?
I'm not bad. Was feeling a bit tired, so I thought gonna have a shower. Didn't realize the time. That's why I was late tonight. But I smell good. If that helps.
Okay. Doesn't really help me. Yeah.
Doesn't help you at all. No, doesn't at all. But no, yeah, I'm not bad at all. I've had an all right weekend. You had a sleepy weekend, I heard.
I did. Don't worry about it. Helicopters.
Story for another time, ladies and gentlemen. A story for another time. But we are here to talk about No Longer Home, Amy. I believe you've played all of it?
Yes.
And I've played about half of it.
That's what I did last night.
Very cool. Cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, the general information over from OpenCritic.com. It's available on PC. It came out July 30th, 2021. Developer is Humble Grove, I think. And publishers are Humble Grove and Fellow Travelers. I like the names of those developers and publishers. Very nice. The genre is adventure. The description is Bo and AO.
I was hoping you knew.
Yeah, Bo, that's an easy one, but yeah. AO, would you say that? AO. Graduating university and preparing to leave the flat. They've lived in together for a year. Thanks to visa limitations, AO is forced to return to Japan, leaving Bo in England. Bo, I'm just going to say now, just leave England as well. Disillusioned by the post-educational life and shoved aside by a government who doesn't want them there. Both are trying to come to terms with their uncertain futures, and deep under their South London flat, something grows. Amy, like I said before, I've only played half of this game. And you've played all of this game. So we'll go straight into this. So what did you like of this game, Amy?
Ow.
That's
how it's pronounced.
But that sounds like an R instead of an A.
It's Japanese, isn't it?
That's true.
What do I think of No Longer Home? Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. That was it. No, normally I get very verbose. Like, in this, hey, top level thoughts. It was pretty good.
I'm on the opposite end, though. Yeah, I played half of this and I was just not connecting to it at all. So basically, if I'm not connected with something, I'll just give up on it and I'll watch it on YouTube. So I watched, I realized when I watched it, I was thinking I was halfway through. That's why I'm saying I was halfway through. So I was just like, well,
how
I didn't
far
play
through
it again.
How far through were you?
Halfway through.
Oh, okay.
Halfway. Just wanted to make sure. Halfway through.
Halfway through.
One more time. Halfway through. And yeah, it was just, I was not connecting to it. It's just, I think it's more, but I do think it's something on my end, personally for me as well. I've spoken many times on the other games that we've reviewed together, that I can't read very well. I struggle. It bores me as well. If I have to read, I'll phase right out and I won't connect to the characters or anything like that. So I need, basically, I'll just say this right now. I need someone holding my hand and reading the words to me. I'll say that. That's how I am personally. So I could never connect with these characters. And that's disappointing for me because just reading the description of it, I'm just thinking, That's very this time. This is like everything that's going on in this world is basically what this description is, basically. Especially in the UK, like Bo, literally, like leg it, mate. Like seriously, if you have the finances, leave. I hear New
doesn't.
Zealand are hiring. New Zealand apparently brilliant. So go there. But no,
They
but yeah,
don't, sorry.
I couldn't connect. I couldn't connect to it, sadly.
That's fair. Like when you told me you played half of it, and I was like, ooh, like because I knew how long it was, and I was like, interesting. And then when it started and I was playing it, I was like, oh, I know why Moody hasn't finished this.
Mhm.
It's totally valid. Like
Yeah.
you struggle to read. You don't like reading. You find reading boring. I read novels for fun. So like, maybe that's the difference, right? You didn't click with it, and I did. Maybe that's just the
That's
difference.
the thing about it. Like I don't read books, but I'll listen to audibles of the
Yeah.
books
Of course.
because they're awesome, especially the Star Wars ones. Star Wars ones are
I
very
like
sexy.
I like Audible as a concept, but for me, it's not. For me personally, like you know, it's the same thing, right? It's like I just don't click with audiobooks because I get distracted and
Mhm.
lose focus and lose like my focus on what people are saying. Whereas when I can read it, I can just read it. There's not one of those things isn't right or wrong, and one of the other one is. You know what I mean? It's like it's just
Yeah,
personal
I agree.
preference.
Yeah, definitely.
Like for me, I really clicked with the characters. Like they go through a lot of stuff that I've either been through in my life or like have been going. Let me try that again. Have been because that was double past tense. Have been through in my life or I'm going through in my life. Like there was a moment where Bo like walks in. You can explore the flat. And like, but there's a moment where you can walk into the bathroom as Bo and you look in the mirror and Bo's just like, that's not my reflection. And I was like, oof, I felt that one. I've been there.
Yeah, like the parts that I read, that I watched, that I played and then watched, I was thinking there are people that are going to connect with this, like you. I did literally think this could be something that Amy at least connects with, just on a personal level and everything like that. I really could see that and understand that. And there are some story elements that are in there that are deep and everything. There's no doubt about that. There's some parts that just do work and everything. But I think also what hurts it was, I think the animation style hurts it a little bit. I think I can understand it's an indie studio, small studio. They can only do so much. I can completely appreciate that, but sometimes if you, especially as you have to read it, maybe spicing up at least trying to get the visuals up to a little bit more visually better, I guess, kind of, quote unquote, whatever better is, really, who really knows, like it, because I'm going to be talking about a game in a minute, which I enjoyed its visual style for what it did. Yeah, it's, I don't know, it's like, I think like, because I had to read it and I couldn't visualize them properly, and you didn't really see their faces really in it very well.
They don't have faces, so it's like
yeah.
a stylistic choice in it, like, or they
Yeah.
don't have.
Oh, I'll always appreciate that this was their stylistic choice that they went for and everything, but at the same time, I'm just like, that just didn't work for me because I didn't connect with them, and that's what you want at the end of the day. You want us to connect with these characters, and that's the great thing. I think what's so great, so vice versa here, like you connected with them.
I sure did.
Yeah, so
I hated it. I got angry, Moody, not at the situation they were in, where I was just like, this fucking sucks, man. Because like, you know, you get through the game, and so the concept, the premise of the story is basically Bo and Ao are their flatmates. You play a little prequel at the beginning, like I can't remember what it's called, and then they've lived together for a year, and now they have to move out because Ao is from Japan, and we won't renew their visa because this country is fucking shite. Facts.
facts.
So like they're both trying to sort of deal with that, and in a really understated way, where it's just like a really naturalistic way, you know, where it's just like it's a thing that's ever present, but like they're doing like this big barbecue with their friends. So like that's the thing. It's just the day before. It's just like this day in their lives as they're preparing to like go out into the unknown, because they don't know what the future holds. They don't know when they're going to see each other again. They don't know what's going to happen next. They don't know what they're going to do with their lives. And it's just like, yeah, I vibe with it. Like I've been there, right? It's just like I've been lost like in life, and scared of like what's about to happen because like I'm facing some big change or another. The fact that they're both non-binary barely comes up in the story at all, which I thought was fantastic. It's a great way to do it, where it's just like the game goes, "Hey, by the way, this is a thing," but then that's it. That's the whole thing. It never becomes a thing. To the forefront. It's sometimes you can see some stuff and go, "Oh, okay, like that." They're having reactions or like responding to things because of their own personal circumstances.
There was a nice touch there. So, like after you do the prologue, then you start like go to the main screen and everything like that. They give you a warning. There are some things coming up in the story that might affect you in a certain way,
Yeah.
or what it depended on. And that's a nice little touch. When I saw that, I was thinking that's a nice little touch. That it's like we've spoken many times on other games that you should warn us. You should warn us. Like there's that like I can say one of the games this year. It Takes Two. There's an element in that story that is like, wow,
That really
that you
needed
should warn
a trigger
people.
warning. Yeah, that really
Yeah.
needed a trigger warning. Because I had someone sitting on this very video got triggered and had really couldn't play much of the game after that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm always a big fan of trigger warnings. Like, but yeah, like I vibed with the characters in the story. Like, it's not gonna be like, like it was pretty good. Like, I'm not going to be like, it was amazing, it changed my life, etc., etc. It was pretty good. Like, I really appreciated how personal the story was because it was very clearly personal from like the two writers on the game. Like, they were basically self-insert characters. And, like, I appreciated that. They put a lot of themselves out there to make this story and make this game. And it got by the end, it got its hooks in me. For a variety of reasons. I don't want to spoil too much of it. It took me about 2.5 hours to get to from start to finish. So I don't really want to say much because spoilers. This is a point and click adventure game. It is its story. So
Yeah, it's story based. There's no action in it. There's nothing in like that. It's literally a story game. And if you connect with that story, I think you're gonna have a really good time with this game. There's no doubt about that. Like they were like it's just like the elements just for me was just like what I said at the beginning. That just didn't work for me. I think overall, I do think it is a good story after I like watched it and everything like that. But yeah. I like the developers have really like that. Like there's a thing here on an open critic here that no longer was born when the developers were similarly forced apart. So this is literally a life story from their perspective, and they've used that, and then they've kept in touch and everything and created a game again. And I think that's an amazing thing. So well respect for them, and I'm really happy for them to be able to do that.
yeah, that's good. That's cool. I liked it. So it's not as straightforward as I'm making it sound. Right? It's what's it called? Magical realism. There's like a subgenre. Is where it's like it's a little bit supernatural, not like in a horror way. Just there's certain slight magical elements to the game. If you ever play Kentucky Route Zero, I tweeted out last night where I was like, this game is giving me Kentucky Route Zero vibes, and I found the Kentucky Route Zero reference in the game. So well played.
You did.
I looked.
You took your cap off for them there.
I did. I took my cap off. I saw the monitor because like I walked in and the first screen you see in Kentucky Route Zero is on the monitor. I was like, I see you. I see what you did.
Because I've never played that game, I never got that reference. So like, but to see you did, that just screams even more.
Oh, I love
detail.
Kentucky Route Zero. But yeah, it's got good. Like it's very similar in terms of its art style, in terms of like the way it tells its story, where it's just like the magical ish elements are a surprise to the player. Like, because you just walk into a room and there's something there and it's like, what the fuck? But like it's not a surprise to the characters, and I really dig that kind of storytelling. Or that kind of premise. But it was really nice to like it did spice things up a little bit, not a lot, because it wasn't overbearing. Never is in this kind of game. But it was a cool touch. Like I like the art style. I love the music. Like the music plays throughout the background. Was really, really cool. It's nice. You know,
chill.
It was chill when it needed to be chill. It was like whatever you were supposed to be like feeling or thinking, it like hit the notes, right? Like when things were just a little bit creepy, the music was just a little bit creepy. Like when things were supposed to be chill, like music was chill. When other stuff was happening, the music was like, hey, same vibes. Um, I love the way in which like so for the most part you're just wandering around the flat, interacting with things, talking to people, petting cats, the usual. Um, when you, I like the way like
Use.
I like the way at first you're like walking around the flat and then you find a thing and then it goes, hey, you've just unlocked like the camera. Basically, you just unlocked a new perspective and now you can twist the camera around.
Yeah.
And then it's like you go back into the previous room and you do it and you turn the camera and it's like, oh, there's a whole fucking corner of the room here. There's people. There's a person standing right here. I can talk to them. Oh wow, that was neat. And like the way every now and again stuff's framed in the game. So like in the prologue, the whatever you call it, the prequel, there's a word that I'm forgetting here where it's just like they're talking about the constellations. And then it's like they're just sitting in the chair, but then like the sort of the camera sort of spins around them, and then like everything comes away like it's a set of a play, and then it lifts them up into the. So it's just them sitting in their chairs, looking at the stars, and I was like, there's a few moments like that as well, where I was like, this is a really like cool way to present this.
Yeah, I think that's a really good analogy for it. I think that, like I said, they've got some interesting ideas in there and everything, but because like their main element is the story, like I said, if you connect with it, fair play for you, and I'm so happy for you, Liz, because the story is good. There's no doubt about it. Final thoughts, Amy, and we'll wrap this one up for No Longer Home.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. No, I liked it. I did. I connected with the story, vibed with the characters. Like I liked the little slight touches of unusual stuff, shall we say. And also the music's great, and I've added it on Spotify.
Very good, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know what your thoughts. Well, let me try this again. Well, that is it for this review. Let us know what you think of the game, everybody. Did you like it? Are you in the middle? Or are you just also just not for you, just like for me? Leave a comment down below. As it is that time for us to get out of here and go play more games, for us to eventually review them. Because we are the Fashion Related Reviews, and we are out of here. Say bye, Amy.
Bye.
Live long and prosper.
Can't roll that far. Why don't I roll all the way off camera?